Hi, and welcome back to CyberVibeCheck. My name is Quentin, and today I'm going to be showing you how to perform an open source intelligence gathering on a suspicious domain. Today, we're going to be working with URL scan and VirusTotal in order to do passive recon on, like I said, a suspicious domain, suspicious link, suspicious file, but mostly domains being sent back and forth that you would find, whether people are trying to do an email phishing attack, and different things like that. And that's kind of what I'm going to be showing you how to gather information without making direct contact with the target. So the first thing I'm going to discuss is passive versus active recon. So passive reconnaissance is going to be your first step when gathering data on a target. And the reason this is your first step is because you do not want to let the target know that you are gathering information on them, right? Because this might interrupt their plans or give them knowledge to, oh, I'm being watched. Let me find a new way to enter a breakthrough into their system through weaponization and delivery, right? That's just kind of going back to like the cyber kill chain, and thinking of the steps that an attacker would take in order to penetrate a system. So by gathering information through the harvester, WHOIS, open source intelligence, and using things like that are going to be your way to gather that information in order to start building a profile or a behavioral profile over the target. Active reconnaissance is going to be what we also call footprinting, and it will let them know that you see who they are and that they are aware. This is why this is your second step, to try to contain the target. This is gathering information like their server, their network, their software versions, ports, their network topology through Nmap, trace route, TCP dump, things like that, right? And so today we're going to be using open source intelligence in order to gather information, and that's what we will be practicing through this afternoon. I'm going to wait for our intermediate series when that comes out to focus on active scanning and using different tools like the harvester in order to gather active reconnaissance or footprinting information from the target. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to go to Fish Tank. And this is basically a free community-driven clearinghouse for data about phishing scams being uploaded by different pen testers and other hacktivists inside of the community. And this is where you could go to upload different scams and IP addresses that are currently being used to distribute malware or hack or intercept different sites of people, organizations, and things like that, right? So as I kind of go through the website, you're going to see me just showing all the different things. You can make an account, all the new scams that are available, different stats that you'll see about validated fishes, total subscribers, the latest ones, some of the top distributors who are finding these phishing scams, links and IP addresses. And so you're going to see just lots of different things that you can go through. And we're just going to pretty much pick a random one and we're going to give it a test, right? Is we are going to go to urlscan.io, which is going to visit the URL inside of a sandbox browser so we don't have to. And it's going to take a screenshot, capture every network request that the page makes, identify the hosting IP, the country, and flags anything suspicious pretty much that you would find as you're pinging that network, right? From a sandbox browser. Okay, so now the URL scan has finished scanning and we can see here within the summary We could see how this website contacted 2 IPs within 2 different crunchies across crunchies. I'm hungry, y'all. Countries across 2 domains to perform the HTTP transactions, right? You could see here, this is where the HTTP request went back and forth. We can see where the path was, where it led to. This website even tells you some of the behavior that was given by whoever discovered this phishing attack, or this this link that clearly it's sending it all over the place. Amazon Amsterdam, Amazon America. I mean, you can kind of see a pattern within that, and it'll let you know. It won't always have everything, but it will definitely let you know. See, and this gets into like the hashes of the website right through there. Now, just going back to the summary, that was a breakdown of all of what the summary contains, just in more minute details. And now we are going to go to VirusTotal. And here you could upload files, paste URLs, search different things across, I think it's over 70 different antivirus and threat intel vendors. And then here I just pasted the link that we just used on our URL scan. And here you can see the different vendors that have identified it as a phishing or malware attack. Sometimes it get past certain vendors, and then other times it won't. Sometimes it hasn't been scanned at all. So you'll see those versus the red, the green, and then no information at all. And then once you go to details, you can see many different things, like when it was submitted, again, the URL, status code, its length, the header that it uses, all different sorts of information that you can use to build that intel on that specific link or URL. Here would be the community. Nobody has posted on this specific one, but I'm sure if we pulled up some very popular URL or file malware, we could find one that would have more community comments on either its behavioral analysis, if this is somebody who's done work in the past before, different information like that. So now I'm going to go back to Fish Tank, and I'm going to pull up another phishing link that we can use. I'm going to try to find one here where I could pull up a little bit more details on the URL scan. Hopefully we could get a view of the website so you could see where people could do like cross scripting, SQL injection, based off the header itself, for these different sites where you think you're going to one thing, but they're really collecting data on you in another way or form. Okay, right here, I believe I got one. I have to shop around just a little bit. So you see me here just kind of clicking through, looking at the different information, the outgoing links, seeing if there is behavior that I can track for this specific URL. So that is where you can see the live screenshot of the website within the sandbox environment. When we get deeper into our next series where I could show you how to set up your own sandbox environment within Proxmox, using either Kali Linux, Debian, whatever it may be. I've worked well with Kali Linux, so that's the one I usually work with when I'm doing my sandbox work or practicing pen testing in any sort of way. But here you could just kind of see a view into the website without directly interacting with the website. And that's the whole point of the passive reconnaissance. We are here to collect information on the target without actually touching the target or notifying them of our active recon. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to paste it into our VirusTotal, and it did come back clean. Which means that either this could be a generally safe website, or the antivirus tools or the threat intelligence just hasn't picked up on the danger of this phishing link, right? I'm just doing another quick scan just to verify, and it's coming back clean. And from here, this is where you could gather all this intelligence and you're going to start building your report, right? So this is going to be the last thing that I show you in the video, and this is going to be the OSINT framework. And I absolutely love this website. This shows you all the different tools, passive and active, gathering in order to build a profile on different targets, right? So let's say if you wanted to get their email address, and please do not use this in a evil or illegal way as far as gathering information on people. This is purely for educational purposes only. I just wanted to reference that within the video. But if you wanted to get email profile, the harvester, I've talked about that some. If you click on it again, it'll take you to open the harvester. It gives you a description on what it is, how it gathers information, its different outputs, community ratings, different things like that. If I wanted to do a light search over the dark web, gather general info, got a Reddit deep web, focused on dark web discussions, beginner guidance, intelligence gathering tools, AI tools that you can use, AI, copy leaks, ChatGPT 0, DuckDuckGo AI chat, analyzer. It's a data aggregation tool, an AI analysis tool that collects information from multiple sources using LLMs to generate intelligent summaries. So this is probably a really awesome tool. I've actually never used this before, but we could definitely make a video on it and check it out. So these are just different ways and such a great website that can give you many different tools that you can use in order to practice understanding and using passive versus active recon, right? That you could do at home from your own system. Okay, well, that'll be it for our lab 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on your push notifications for our next content to be coming over to CyberVibeCheck. And that's going to conclude our video on active and passive recon using open source intelligence, the open source intelligence framework, all those different tools that you can use to gather passive information over a target without directly interacting with them. We'll see you in the next video for Lab 4.